Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a Pontiac Vibe whose owner said it was really going to need a detail. She dropped it off the night before, and when I peeked inside, I didn't think it was going to be too bad. Then the next morning when I opened the door in the daylight, my reaction was... Needless to say, she was right in saying that this thing needed a cleaning, but this is going to be a long day. I've included before and after shots of every stage of the cleaning for your viewing pleasure. With the front seats out, you can see just how filthy this carpet is. The vacuuming is going to take some time. I'm going to have to extract every inch of this carpet. I can feel my feet sticking to it. As I get into the cleanup, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Each of these helps every content creator in a huge way. It really is the only way that YouTube knows that people are enjoying the video. So go on down and comment your thoughts on this carpet, and it'll help me clean up the one dirty item I have not been able to polish up yet, that dreaded YouTube algorithm. Unfortunately, this vehicle does not have all-weather floor mats. This driver side mat is pretty rock hard. I'll have to deal with that after I get this interior vacuumed. I took a close-up of this carpet next to the center console on the driver's side. It shows just how much filth falls down in between. As I vacuumed, I also realized the carpet was pulling out from under the console a little, so I think I may have to try to pull this center console out. As I vacuum this rear area, you can see that even though they aren't the all-weather kind, the regular floor mats will protect the carpet underneath. You can clearly see the outline of where the mats did and did not cover the carpet. I didn't fully remove the rear seats because a couple of those bolts are extremely difficult to reach, but I did pull the front bolts so I could lift up the bottom and clean underneath. An interesting find was this SanDisk Ultra 2 512 megabyte compact flash drive. Technology sure has come a long way. I also removed the trim in this passenger well to make sure I could get it cleaned properly, but it's very important to be careful as the plastic gas vapor line runs in this channel and you don't want to damage that. As I vacuumed this center console, I definitely realized the only way I was going to get this cleaned properly was to remove it. So it was just 2 bolts in the front and 2 bolts in the back and then pull it out. It's much easier to remove than you think. Just like last week's Suburban, this vehicle's trim was covered in dust. I made sure to give it a good brushing and vacuuming to get it ready for the cleaning process. This was all of the dirt, dust, and garbage that came out of this vibe. Mother Nature was definitely looking out for me on this day. The weather warmed up all the way to 48 degrees. Now, that may not sound warm to you, but here in Minnesota in end of November, it is pretty warm. Now, it's not warm enough to wash the entire exterior, but it did allow me to pressure wash these floor mats, which was an absolute lifesaver. It probably cut 2 to 3 hours off of the detail, but it still took about 12 hours total. This driver's side mat was the nightmare. You can see the layers and layers of dirt that pretty much have buried all the carpet fibers. I spent a good 10 to 15 minutes just washing this mat. I can't imagine how long it would have taken with just my drill brush and extractor. I can only imagine there would have been a lot of tears. These cloth seats were a little disappointing for me. The extractions were excellent, but there were a couple of white stains that I just wasn't able to get completely removed. That being said, the extractions pulled out a yellow-brown combination of gravel dust and cigarette smoke that was quite impressive. The back of this passenger seat gave up some stains that I have never seen before. This bright green liquid was really surprising when it came out. Shamrock shake? Leprechaun pee? I'm not quite sure what caused this. These back seats had the most stains in them. It also gave up a lot of brown and yellow dust and cigarette stains, but this is where the white stains just wouldn't come out. I'll even bust out the steamer a little to try and remove them, but to no avail. Now for these nasty carpets. This process took such a long time. Now I know some of you like to see things in real speed, but the only way I could realistically fit this detail into one video was to speed it up. Here's a question. For those of you that like to see these things at real speed, do you have an interest in me posting much longer real-time videos of some of these details? Let me know in the comments below if that is something that would interest you. This rear driver well was the worst of all the areas. There was matted food and chocolate around the edges that required me to use all the different tools that I have. Drill brush, steamer, extractor, vacuum, everything. I think the final result turned out great. Here is just one of the 3 5-gallon pails of dirty water pulled from the carpets and seats from this Pontiac. Now, some of you might say that cleaning under the back seat is an unnecessary step, but when I do my details, I want to do everything as perfectly and completely as possible. This emergency brake was coated in some very nasty sticky substance that I just couldn't wipe away, but some Car Pro inside and my steamer cleaned it up quickly. Further inspection of this center console proved my decision to remove it to clean it was the right one. This thing was in horrible condition, caked on dirt, grime, gum, oils, pretty much anything you can imagine. Honestly, I couldn't have gotten this thing as clean as I did without my McCulloch steamer. It really is a useful tool. If you have anything that you need to clean in your house, I highly recommend getting one of these. It's very reasonably priced for the work that it does. I have this linked in the description below. It won't cost you any more to purchase through my link, but the channel will receive a small commission that will help me with my daughter's shoe addiction. With the trim properly cleaned, it's time to restore it and give it some UV protection. My product of choice is 303 Aerospace Protectant. It's an easy product to use as you just spray some on a microfiber applicator and wipe down all your surfaces. It restores and protects your plastic and vinyl. Such a simple step, and it really brings back the vinyl and plastic to life. This vehicle started out as an absolute nightmare. It took a grueling 12 hours of vacuuming, extracting, brushing, and pressure washing to remove all the filth. These aftershots are incredible though. Don't forget to comment below, pound the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you are notified when I release my videos. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, keep it clean.